Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 24 of Uncalled For.
Yo.
24 of
What's
Uncalled
up?
For.
I'm sick.
Logan is dying.
He is done.
So
He may die on stream.
It's true.
If he dies here in the recording, don't be
Viewer
surprised.
discretion advised.
This could be very graphic. He could just drop dead right here, right now.
I tested positive for being awesome.
Oh, shut up. So every single Monday night, we get together.
He
and
failed that test.
he failed it hard.
I didn't test positive for COVID, though.
Yeah, but he didn't.
No, I didn't. I'm kidding.
So you can't even say the word COVID on YouTube. We're going to get our channel shut down. They're going to shadow ban us.
I was fine.
Yeah, that channel's got COVID.
Do it.
He can't be around other channels.
Oh, no. Oh, no. But every Monday night, we get together and we just talk stuff. And speaking of stuff, Dan, you have stuff that you want to talk about. So would you like to talk the stuff?
Thing.
Well, I mean,
Stuff and things.
it's things and stuff and things.
Really,
And
Jordan, I'm just bringing up your topic.
this is something that I said that they should talk about at some
Yeah.
point because I thought they'd enjoy the conversation. And he
Put it on record. Jordan picked an anime topic.
He did.
It's true. So this is really his topic.
Yeah, going into the topic. You know, we're all anime fans, minus Jordan. But there's also a lot of live-action remake movies of anime out there, and they all suck. So let's talk about that. Really, the anime, the art form of it just doesn't relate well in live action.
No.
In
It doesn't
the more
translate.
realistic setting, it just does not translate at all. It's so bad. American, Japanese, Chinese, wherever it's made, it just never works.
Mm-mm.
Anyone that I've seen, and I try not to watch them because they're just so bad, weren't good. There's only one anime film, which is really a blockbuster, actually Hollywood-made film with a good budget and actors and stuff. I thought was actually well done. A lot of people don't like it though. I think the Ghost in the Shell movie is actually fantastic.
Oh, that one wasn't bad.
Yeah, with Scarlett Johansson came out.
I can't believe you like that movie.
Movie's awesome. Well, because they whitewashed
Yeah, you.
the cyborg.
Man. No, I'm kidding. I think that argument's stupid.
No, it's so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
The maker of Ghost in the Shell came out and said, no, it's fine. I'm glad they cast Scarlett Johansson
Yeah.
because that's
Well, I mean-
outrage about it and everything, but it's like,
she probably made it look way better, too.
It's-
Let's be real.
yeah, she did. But he's like, yeah, it wasn't based on any like ethnicity. They were literally robots.
Mm-hmm.
But
How
and
dare
they
you.
kind of like made it work throughout the movie with like her mind is that of the Japanese girl who's original, Motoko Kusanagi, and then she's put in like the cyborg body, which is just generally like Scarlett Johansson. But
Yeah.
so I thought that was a
Hmm.
subtle way of doing it, which is pretty cool. But
A little side note. Did you see the SNL?
no,
Like-
I didn't watch it.
There's an SNL skit like after that. I guess it wasn't a skit. It was like during a weekend report, and they have a new segment now where they do the two guys like write jokes for each other, and they don't see them beforehand, and they have to just read them out. Well, the one guy's married to Scarlett Johansson, and it was like, this just in, they're making I think it was like one of the like famous singers back in the 60s or whatever. They're making a movie about her this weekend, and they just announced the casting for Scarlett Johansson to be playing Louis Armstrong. He read that, and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting so in trouble tonight because like he's married to her,"
Yeah.
and they're making fun of how she just is a whitewashed actor or whatever. That whole BS. I thought that was actually really funny though.
Yeah, but no, that movie was actually really well done.
Mhm.
It had a budget like these other films don't, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they didn't try to be an anime. They used the source material, but they just did a normal, like in-depth, cool story.
Yeah, I think that's what you gotta do.
You can't try to be an anime live action. That does not translate.
Well, and like, even the idea of like most anime movies, they try to like adapt the actual anime itself, and it's like that's never gonna work because you're taking, 10, 12 hours at least content and squishing it down into like 2 hours worth of film, and so like, you're getting a lot of the context and a lot of the world building just taken out right away.
Well, a lot of them like try to just take the first arc or whatever, or a little bit of the first season, who knows, whatever. Like I know they made a Bleach one,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't watch it. It looks terrible. Don't want to watch it. But it's like the first few episodes where he meets Rukia and becomes a soul reaper kind of thing, and then he fights a couple hollows. I think he fights Grand Fisher.
Yes, he does, and it wasn't
but,
good.
Yeah,
It was not good.
How was that good?
Huh?
How was that a good decision for you?
No, I regretted it. I regretted it.
But
You made the right decision by not watching it.
it doesn't. The tropes, the cliches, everything that makes it
Does not
anime,
translate.
that kind of art form where they just, if you know anime, you know what I'm talking about, but it doesn't work for live. They can't do half of it for live action anyway, and it's just, it makes it so campy and stupid, and I don't know. I don't know why they try.
No,
If
I
they're
agree.
going to, they can't. They got to go like Hollywood style
Yep.
and just recreate it using source material.
Yeah. And, like, I thought that's what they were doing with the Death Note movie, because they had, like, Willem Dafoe as Ryuk. I was like, okay.
But voice-wise, that was it.
Yeah, but it's still, like, that's a big-name actor to play an anime movie. But no, it's literally the same. It's like, they tried condensing the entire plot of Death Note, which is a 24-episode long anime, into,
It's
like,
more than that, isn't
less... I think it's 24.
Well, no, because it goes beyond that by the time you get into the... Well, it's about 24 episodes if you include L, and then after L is even further. It goes up to like 36.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, either way, like, you're condensing that much into one whole, which is 2-hour movie, which is, like, that movie was crap. Like, it took a lot of, like, what Death Note is and just
Threw it out the window.
threw it out the window, because it's like, oh, we don't have time to build these characters up. Well, the whole point of Death Note is these characters built up. Jesus, sorry. I'm going to be doing that a lot tonight. But
Yeah, sorry about that.
yeah, it's like you build these characters up for the reason of, like, this huge kind of ending point in Death Note, which is, you know, a lot of people love and think it's the best anime. I personally think it's good, but it's not that great. But,
It's
like,
very overrated, in my opinion.
It is overrated.
the whole appeal of that is because these characters
It's
are built
characters,
up.
all it is
And
characters.
yeah, and when you condense that all into a 2-hour movie, you lose a lot of the characters.
Or another one I felt like people, like they took a name that people loved. Full Metal Alchemist. Do either of you watch that? I think
I
you
didn't
were,
watch it.
I haven't seen the
You
movie.
did?
I watched like some of the trailers and stuff for it, and it looks super
I saw
stupid.
like little bits of it. I didn't want to watch it. No.
I'm pretty sure the reason I watched it was because Trevor and Hannah wanted to watch it.
And then they didn't want to watch it. because
And then
they
afterward, we all agreed it was
Pretty bad.
garbage.
Yeah.
So,
did. Terrible.
wow. You
They're-
know, it was not good.
That was one that was really weird because like it was obviously Japanese and they made it with Japanese characters like in normal Japanese live action anime movie, but that anime is specifically about like Germanic countries in the round or you know surrounding countries in Europe. That's what it's about, and like ethnicities and stuff. That's what it's about. Like
Yeah,
so
and then
it does not.
it was really weird
Make
when I
sense
s-
with
yeah.
everyone being like
Yep,
Japanese.
yep.
Yeah,
That was
so-
what killed it for me
and it's
as
like-
well.
It's also like it looks like just a YouTube series. Like the visuals of it look like something a YouTuber could do nowadays. Like it was not a good budget. Like the costumes you could tell were fake. Like obviously costumes are always fake, but like there was no like sense of
was bad
realistic.
CGI too.
Yeah, it was really bad CGI. Like stuff like that. It's like not good.
A lot of these movies and stuff have terrible budgets though too, so you can't expect a whole lot in that
Yeah.
scheme. But
So I don't know.
It is what it is. I'm not a fan. I don't know many people that are. I'm sure some people love it, but
I
my
don't
advice
know.
is to stay clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always hope for the future that something
Sure.
will come out that's worthwhile. I mean,
No.
Ghost in the Shell was not terrible, like you said, but like you said, they took a different approach.
Like it has to go to Hollywood, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Or I don't know what the equivalent of Hollywood in Japan is, but they need like huge budget stuff
Yeah.
over there. Like they
What
need to
have you
give them
seen?
everything,
Have you
but
seen Alita: Battle Angel? I've heard
I never
that
watched
was
all of it. no.
decent.
That was okay. Yeah, it's based on a pretty critically acclaimed manga, but
Mm-hmm.
I heard this a while ago. I don't know how if anything went with it, if it's gonna go anywhere or not. But I heard that Christopher Nolan got rights to an Akira movie, a trilogy actually,
That's awesome.
which Akira's not even my favorite. Like, and I'm not a huge fan of Akira. And I respect it for what
But
it did
Nolan?
for anime and stuff. But Nolan is the man, and if he
Mm-hmm.
That'd be crazy to
that'd
see
be
a Hollywood
awesome.
adaptation like Nolan-esque.
Yeah, like a
So
Batman trilogy, but Akira.
Yeah.
basically, that would be the one anime thing I would probably watch and enjoy.
Maybe.
I mean,
Like
I haven't disliked the Nolan movie yet.
he's pretty good.
He's very good.
He is
I mean,
exceptional.
he's 10 out of 10. You know, he's the best of
he's-
the best for
I think
sure.
he's the
So,
best director out there.
oh,
Yeah, I would
that-
agree.
that's not even a debate.
I definitely agree.
Oh, and I mean, pure cinematiles will say no. It's like
Screw them.
old school Italian guys.
Like Martin Scorsese, who
Yeah.
doesn't know what cinema is.
They don't know what they're talking about. Just, it's okay.
No, it's just a
Are
generational
you like
type
actually gonna die, Logan?
I'm good.
thing, maybe. and they're definitely Scorsese's a fantastic director, like fantastic. But
I don't know. He's an idiot. I don't
know,
like
I
his
just
stuff.
think You're so stuck in the times of normal, like human interactions, like pure realistic stories, and not going above that, maybe into the science fiction or the fantasy or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think that if they do that, they generally, it's a lower brow story to them. I think, which is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you go to the movies, like same thing. You like play video games and stuff. You want to experience something you can't experience normally. You want to escape from life into something that's truly interesting. You know, and I'm not saying like a human movie, it can't be fantastic. Like I'm just thinking Scorsese, Shutter Island. I love that movie so much. That's very human. It's obviously an interesting, story-wise, it's pretty kind of crazy story, but really, really awesome. But so
I
is
don't think I've seen
Interstellar.
that. Oh, dude, Interstellar is so
You know,
good.
like,
That's a great movie.
I know. Nolan and both the Nolans, him and his brother usually work on stuff together.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had a brother.
Christopher and is it Jonathan? Is it Jonathan Nolan? I think.
I think so.
Whatever. I don't know.
I
But
can't
they
remember off the top of my
usually
head.
write scripts and movies together and work on both.
I did not know that. I guess I've never seen his name
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yep. But yeah, like he's just got a way of storytelling that's just so
Yep.
not non-usual. Like, it's just great.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So I'm excited for that one. I will see those when they come out.
if they do, I don't know if that's going anywhere.
If
I don't
it
even
actually
know if
does.
it's, like corroborated, but
Yeah, that's awesome.
who knows?
So-
Hopefully.
Have you guys seen the Tokyo Ghoul movies? Because
No.
I have not. I refuse to watch them.
No.
But apparently there's two of them.
I have not seen
And
them.
I've seen the trailer for the first one, and it looks crap. Like, it looks so bad.
Generally, yeah, that's how they are.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I've hurt myself enough already. Thank you. I don't need to go through any further masochistic tendencies.
Yeah.
I'll avoid those.
That's
Like-
all I got, I guess.
So we're gonna go from hoping for high budget films to Logan's topic of no
Yeah.
budget films, basically. So,
Not necessarily no budget, but
No.
well, you
So,
in
yeah.
comparison, like it's no $100 million budget film.
So yeah, my topic is kind of what's your favorite independent series, movie, whatever. Whether that's like a internet series, a smaller studio, whatever. That is your favorite. The reason why I say this is because
festival movie.
last night for some reason I was like laying in bed, I was like, I'm gonna start watching Red vs. Blue again, and so I started watching season 1 of that show again, and it's so stupid and I love
It's
it.
so fantastic.
It's amazing. Like, it's literally just old, like, this is before YouTube. It's 2003, I think, is when it started, right?
Something
It's
like
that
like
old?
That.
I think so. And, like,
Halo 1.
just on Machinima, they would...
2003, 2001.
Was it
I
2001?
think it was 2001.
Either way, it's extremely old now.
Yeah.
And
Halo 1,
it's literally just
2012.
them on Halo, 2 or 3?
Halo 1.
Halo 1?
Yeah. That's where it
And they're
started,
just,
for
like,
sure.
just recording on Halo and doing, like, scenes and stuff,
If-
just using the Halo game.
If I remember correctly, like the story was they were just like messing around in Halo 1, like
Yeah.
as a group, and started doing stupid crap, and then they're like, wow, why don't we record this and make this something?
Yeah, and that's so cool to me. And so, like, yeah, that's kind
And
of...
then Machinima had Red versus Blue, and then it became Rooster Teeth later, but
that's
Yeah.
kind of like how this podcast came to be too.
kind of.
Because me and you on the way home from Buffalo Wild Wings one night, that was actually 3 years ago. We were just talking, remember, in the van? And we
I
were
don't
like,
remember.
we had a whole conversation. We were like, we should just have a podcast. We were talking about video games. And we were like, we should just have a podcast where we just sit down and talk about this stuff. And you're like, yeah, I agree. I mean, that was 3 years ago yesterday because it was on Halloween. We went to B-Dubs.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same day that Captain America
Mm,
had the blazing wing.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
I want to say something cool like I can do this all day, but I really
I
can't.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
That was really funny.
That was the day
actually.
we made poor Kelly throw up.
That was really funny.
Notice I said
Throw up.
notice I said
Sure.
we because it was a group effort, obviously.
It was not a good.
I
one.
warned her against you.
I did too. But yeah, no, I think Red vs. Blue is amazing. I remember, like, I was,
like
like-
old school stuff.
I was like super like into it in middle school. Like it
Oh,
was one of those things where like it's like during recess, me and like a few of my friends would like pretend to play it outside at recess, and
You
it was
were
like,
Griff, weren't you?
no, I was Sarge.
You're so much.
Because I don't know why I really like Sarge, like how he's like obsessed with his shotgun and like just super stupid.
Mhm.
Sounds
They're
like
all
me.
they're all stupid, but like I just yeah. So it was a fun time, and I have a lot of memories from that show.
Heck yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
my
so
my
many-
favorite one from way back then is actually very similar. It's Arby and the Chief. I don't know if you guys remember
Oh,
that
I've
at
heard
all.
that one.
I don't.
So it started out with a video called Master Chief Sucks at Halo 3.
I remember that. Yeah.
And so they took that video, and the voices were Microsoft Sam and Microsoft Mike, and it was the Arbiter and Master Chief action figures living in this guy's apartment named John. And like
Oh, I think I have.
so
seen
like
this.
when he was gone, like they'd come to almost like Toy Story, they'd come to life and they would start doing stuff. And
I have seen that.
dude, I tell you what, I remember watching those back when those came out, like in 2007, 2000, like whatever year it was.
Mhm.
I was in tears laughing. Like they were so funny to me. It's such a stupid thing because you hear those robot voices and everything.
Yeah.
And there's one episode, and just I think I actually showed it to you. It was when Master Chief was pretending to be a pirate. Do you remember that?
I do not remember that.
He's like, the pirate's life is the life's for me, and a bottle of wind. Like this is on repeat. He's using like Arbiter's homework as a or like as a telescope because like the whole thing was Arbiter couldn't find his assignment for work or for college, and so Master Chief was using it as a telescope,
That's funny.
and so he ended up like failing the class, and he was getting all pissed at him. But just something about that series, it was so funny to me. And there's a few other episodes that come to mind that are not family friendly, so I can't quote them here. Like when he made fun of Call of Duty 4, it was around that time that game came out. You know, Master Chief being Halo was, you know, making fun of Call of Duty, and the Arbiter wanted to play it, but he obviously is saying a lot of mean things about Call of Duty 4 that were just hilarious to me back because I used to love playing that game. You know, like it was so funny, and that was definitely one I can think of for old school YouTube. I can't really think of any other ones I really got into other than that. I don't know. I never really got into the series on YouTube's. I guess back in the day, I was more into prank videos and you know like watching some of those guys like with their vlogs and stuff like that. But I mean, you can't really call vlogging a series.
No.
I guess. I mean, that's
No.
not a scripted series, so that won't count for this. But that was more what I was into, I guess.
Yeah.
Not really the scripted thing.
Yeah.
Actually, you know who I wish was here for this conversation was Zach.
Oh yeah.
Because Zach, that's what he does. He makes stuff like that on YouTube even still. Like he has his own series that he talks about or all the time. Like when he's in Discord on stream or whatever, he records series and writes out scripts. And I've even done voice acting on a few of them.
That's right.
And it's kind of fun. But
Yeah.
that'd be a really good topic for him to be in on too. But do you guys
He's-
have any?
He's gonna watch this back and be like, I hate you guys.
Dude,
Not
I-
so much like series or anything, but I do like some indie movies here and there. I'm a movie guy, so one that comes off the top of my head that I was such a surprise. It came up when like I read the description. I'm like, oh, this looks so stupid. Let's watch it. It sounds awesome. It's called Safety Not Guaranteed. It came out in 2012. It is, gosh, what's the guy's name? It's Aubrey Plaza.
Oh,
And what's the
She
guy's
wa-
name?
can you really say it's
Derek
an independent?
No, it was. This was before.
Oh, before she was popular.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is totally an indie film.
Because was it Parks and Rec kind of made her blow up?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And it starts with she's like a reporter, I think, and she's doing a story on this guy who put an ad in the paper saying, "I'm looking for a partner to time travel with me. Bring your own weapons. Safety not guaranteed. So she shows up, like trying to find out who this guy is, what it's about, like playing off like I'll do this with you. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And it ends up being a fantastic movie. Like he's like, yeah, we need to be careful. Like people are after me and stuff, and it ends up like people are actually after him, like the Men in Black, and they end up actually building a time machine and time traveling at the end. Like he has a time machine.
That's funny.
Like it's actually fantastic.
I have never heard of that
I
before.
recommend you guys watch it.
And
For sure.
it's called Safety Not
Safety
Guaranteed. Okay.
That's
It's
funny.
really, really good.
Is it
Interesting.
on what?
I don't know if it's on anything, to be honest.
Like Amazon Prime Video or something, maybe?
Maybe. You
I'm gonna
can
look it
check
up. Because now I'm actually curious.
So-
That sounds funny.
Like it was surprisingly really good. It's got a strange tone to it, you know. Kind of like, if you know Aubrey Plaza from like
Oh,
Parks
it's
and
got
Rec.
it's got the dude from New Girl too.
Yeah, I can rent it on
Yeah,
Amazon
comment.
Prime for $4. I might actually have to do that.
Try it, dude. It's really fun.
The
It's really good.
it came out in 2012.
Yeah.
And the description here is when an unusual classified ad inspires 3 cynical Seattle magazine employees to look for the story behind it. They discover a mysterious, eccentric named Kenneth, a likable but paranoid supermarket clerk who believes he's solved the riddle of time travel and intends to depart again soon. Together they embark on a hilarious, smart, and unexpectedly heartfelt journey that reveals how far, and it cuts off the description there, I guess, because you know that
Yeah.
that makes sense to cut off the description
Like,
mid-sentence.
seriously,
But
check it out. It's really good.
yeah, I might actually have
But,
to do that.
That was a really good one. Donnie Darko was totally.
I've heard
It's
that
a
movie's good.
cult classic now, totally an indie film when it came out. So with Jake Gyllenhaal when he was really
Yeah.
young. How to explain Donnie Darko? It's about time travel too.
I feel like
But,
time
like-
travel is just a
It's really
For-
weird.
well for
Strange
independent
movie.
films and stuff. Like that's a very
Sometimes,
popular.
Yeah, like it's
It can be.
popular in just about every movie.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But
Hot Tub
no, it
Time
has
Never seen that.
I've never seen either, but I've heard they're really bad.
like this kid Donnie Darko, like kind of starts going crazy, and like sees like his future and stuff through this time travel thing. It's weird. It's Frank the Rabbit's a character, this demonic guy or this guy in a rabbit suit that's like a demonic rabbit. It's like one of my favorite characters ever. He speaks in this like super demon voice and stuff, and it's like this imaginary friend that he can see. It's really weird. It's a strange movie, but it's pretty awesome actually. I like it at least. It's really weird, but
So, I guess the only really movie I can think of that I've ever seen, and I'm almost ashamed to admit this, that could be super low budget. I don't know if this is independent. Sharknado,
that's not independent.
So
That was
that's
a sci-fi
not-
movie.
I actually got one.
because
I have a couple.
that's just like a super low budget terrible
So-
movie.
That was made for the specific fact to be terrible, though.
Oh, was it?
That's
Yeah.
what sci-fi
Yeah.
did. Sci-fi
Yeah.
movies,
Oh, okay.
The channel Sci-Fi had all the rights to all those movies. They made them for like maybe $1,000 or a couple grand. Like that's how
Yeah.
terrible and low the budget of these movies are. They're made specifically to be bad because
Yeah.
there's an audience that loves that.
We should make a really bad movie.
You know what's a really
That's
great
exciting.
indie movie that's like that, right? It's a 30-minute movie on YouTube. It's called Kung Fury.
No,
It's one of the
Oh.
funniest movies ever. It's literally just 30 minutes of like
I know what it is.
stupid 80s, like anything 80s is crammed in
It's
this movie.
the sequel to Kung Pao After the Fist.
I
Yeah,
would say Kung Pao. That's like,
yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
basically that.
is
There's
it
a s-
really?
There's a scene
Oh,
where
I love that movie.
you literally gotta watch. It's literally after this podcast, you need to just put it on before you do your. It's 30 minutes long, and
I
it's
might have to.
this 80s, like his name's Kung Fury, and he's like this cop from the 80s who knows kung fu because he got bit by a cobra, and he works alongside a triceracop is what they call him. And he's a-
Triceratops.
and he's a triceratops in a cop uniform. He's like it's like a person, but he's just got a triceratops head. And like Hitler comes back from the past, and he like shoots through the phone. Like he calls the police. He's like, "Is this the police?" And they're like, "Yeah, this is the police." And Hitler's like, "Die!" And he like shoots through the phone, and bullets are coming out of the phone. And like it's just so stupid.
Can you imagine that technology?
And yeah, it's so the whole point of it is he's got to go back in time to kill Hitler, and he like to go back in time. He goes to this guy called Hacker Man who's got a power glove on, and he's just like, I'm gonna hack you to the past. And he stands on like this old like MacBook, I think or Mac or whatever. And he's like standing there. He's like, all right, I'll get you in. And the guy starts typing. He's not even typing, hitting the keys. He's just like pushing like barely pushing random buttons on the keyboard. And so he starts surfing down like the 80 synthwave thing. It's so funny. One of my favorite things I've ever watched.
That sounds fantastic. You should totally find
And
it and send me the link.
David
to it.
Hasselhoff has a song in it because he's in it.
Of course he does.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so Kung Pao, Enter the Fist. That was one I was gonna bring up too for like low budget. Just awesome movies though. That is such a stupid funny movie. Like I love it, man. I don't know why. There's something about it. Like it's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. And then another stupid internet thing. Do you guys remember the website Albino Black Sheep?
Not really. I've heard of it.
It had a bunch of
Didn't
really
look at it,
stupid
so-
videos on it. But there was one, like he said, like a 30-minute internet movie. It's called the Demented Cartoon Movie. And honestly, it's stupid. It's a bunch of stick figures, and it makes no sense. There's no story to it. But if we're going to talk about things that made us laugh that were like independently done or whatever, like I don't know if that just counts as a YouTube thing now or what, but I mean it has the word movie in the title, so I'm bringing that up.
Does that mean something?
Hey, I'm bringing it up. I don't know,
All
like
right.
maybe I'm trying to take part in the conversation.
sure.
Thank you, Logan. I just want to
But-
take part.
Yeah, I don't know. I got one more movie, and then I'll move it into the Weston to whatever you got.
Oh yeah.
This is actually Nolan. Christopher Nolan. Memento. This is before he got huge. It was his first real movie. He worked on like Insomnia too and something, but this is his first real movie, Memento. Fantastic, by the way. But it's crazy like Nolan movies always are. It's more of a real world one, so it's not science fiction or anything. This guy, I don't want to spoil anything, but ends up he's in an accident and he loses his memory every so like. I can't remember how many minutes it is or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So
That's a cool movie.
He loses his memory, but he's trying to figure out
there, like,
his
random stuff
wife's murder.
Yeah.
So he ends up having to tattoo himself. Like
Yeah.
the investigation, everything important is tattooed all over his body.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy movie.
That movie looks really cool.
That
I need to
sounds
watch it
bizarre.
all. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot about it though. It looks really sweet.
That's a good one.
So this conversation though has made me want to make a super crappy movie, but like so crappy to the point where you can see the other cameraman like hiding in the background from a shot. Like if you look close enough, like just little things like that where you can see people hiding like with cameras and stuff. Like just super bad.
Yeah.
Just make it as a complete joke. I don't know. I kind of want to do that now.
We know a celebrity, okay? Herbert Winter. Is a
Herbert
celebrity.
Winter.
This is true.
He's
Look
an
him up.
actor.
He's a real hipster. He's a real cool guy.
And he's an actor, huh?
He's an actor.
Is he?
Actor.
Mm-hmm.
Big city guy.
No, but
A
moving on.
big
That's-
city
what do you
guy
got?
from
What do you got,
Eskerville.
Weston?
Honestly, I was struggling to come up with any of the indie movies that I've seen, but I have seen Memento.
Mhm.
That was a great one. I just didn't even think about it as being an actual indie because I thought it was just so well done.
Yeah, it was back in the day.
Otherwise, I don't know that I can think of it off the top of my head. I've been trying to think, but
Yours?
Yeah.
Your face is red?
Yeah, it's really red. I just looked in the mirror.
You getting hot or what?
No, I think I just have probably a fever. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's say
If I die, I die.
He can turn that fan on and
No, I'm not hot.
Cool
It's
it
literally
off.
just my face.
okay.
But yeah, no. You're talking about like webtoons though, Weston? I suppose you can
Oh.
talk about some of the big ones because they were before they got big. They were tiny anyway.
well, that's you said about just about everything.
Yeah, I know.
So everything started out small and then became big.
Yeah.
Well, to an extent, like Nolan's first movie, Memento, was tiny, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, subsequently, like after Batman Begins, everything was huge. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but it's all you. What do
Yes.
you got?
Because I don't know. Gosh.
I mean, otherwise, just do what I did and just list off things that you remember watching from like back in middle school that are just stupid.
I didn't usually watch that much back in like
Nothing
middle
on
school.
YouTube back in the day.
No, I spent most of my time
What-
doing homework.
Would Tower of God can be
Nerd.
considered? Because it was a
I
webtoon.
mean,
Back in the day,
back in the day, yeah.
before it blew up and was a sensation. Tower
Yeah.
of God was
Well, I guess-
fantastic.
There's one
Was
for
it
you.
the anime independently done or?
No,
it's-
anime is webtoon Crunchyroll.
Yep.
Like it.
Oh,
a
that's
big
right.
deal.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
That's right.
huge.
That's
It's
right.
huge.
That only happened after it was
Huge.
established.
Shut up, George.
That's
Manga,
right.
Manhwa, you know.
That's right. I remember.
But no, I love Tower Gun. I also love Solo Leveling, which you got me on. but I feel like by the time I got to them, they were already pretty big. So, I also remember reading some of the one that Stan Lee worked on, but I can't call that indie either, even though it was a small little toy project he was doing.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, because I was having issues thinking of some as well, obviously. I mean, you heard me try to go on about it, but...
Yeah, in my youth, I spent most of my time doing like homework because my parents didn't let me just sit down and watch things, and we didn't have TV to watch. So most of my time was spent playing video games and stuff like that.
Oh, heck yeah.
Mhm.
See, that's
So-
what's up.
What about obscure anime or obscure video games?
Like, oh yeah, any indie games. That's a whole nother rabbit trail we could go down.
Yeah.
Those are so common though.
They
Well,
are.
all right, so do you remember back in the day, there was one on the Xbox 360 called I Made a Game with Zombies in it?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Did any of you guys play that?
I think so.
Oh my god, dude, the theme song for that was the most beautiful song ever. I'll have to play it once we're done here so you guys can hear it, but it's just
Undertale.
stupid.
Earthbound.
Undertale. Earthbound's not really. I guess no, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Shigesato Itoi brought it to Nintendo. It was like, you
But
don't want to make a
Undertale
game.
is completely fan made, right?
Yeah, it's actually made
Mhm.
because Toby
That's
Fox was a huge.
the essence of indie, right?
Yeah, because Toby Fox was a huge Earthbound fan, and so he's like wanted to get into game stuff. So he made like a fan hack of Earthbound, like a Halloween version of it, and then from that he went on to create Undertale, which has a lot of the same kind of comedic tropes as Earthbound.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was talking actually to one of the students who I work with in 4th grade about that. He's like, I love Undertale. I was like, you should play Earthbound then. He's like, why? He's like, because that's where it came from, really, if you think about it. Because Toby Fox loved Earthbound so much that he made Undertale. He's like, oh, I might have to check it out. So hopefully he does, because more people need to play that game.
Logan's just getting people like tuned into more video games. That's why he got the job at the school, so he could tell people to play these games.
Literally, I love Earthbound is one of the most underrated things. So, it's facts.
Got anything, Weston?
Megalovania is the Halloween hack, Terraria says.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what that really is. I'm reading chat here. So.
Yeah, that's the hack I was talking about how he did for Earthbound.
I thought that was Undertale. You said.
No,
No,
Megalovania is a song in
That's what
Undertale.
happened before Undertale.
Oh, okay, got you.
Megalovania is a song in Undertale. It's I think it's Sand's song.
Okay,
Sand's main theme.
got you. So anything else then?
Any obscure video game or anime you watched, Weston?
My mind's just blanking. It's been a long day.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
My brain's just fried at
It's all
this
good.
point.
I understand that completely. 100%.
All good.
So we gonna move on then?
Sure.
Okay, so there's 2 topics I could pick from right now. I'm gonna let you guys pick. Do we go with the one that I could
Pick
get
one.
Weston going on a rant on, or just a general topic?
Do whatever you want, sir.
Do you want to rant, Weston?
I don't know if I have the energy to rant.
Okay, so we won't do the rant then. So my topic then, and this is something I never really thought about, I guess, until I started streaming on Twitch or whatever, and that's a little thing called view botting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I found out there's actually a legal way to view bot, according to Twitch's TOS, and that would be embedding your stream onto another website, and then every single view on that site or every person on that site will count as a view. So all these big streamers now are using this strategy or whatever to boost their numbers up. So they have 50,000-60,000 people watching, but maybe 5,000-6,000 people that are actually there, because they're sending people to the site where their stream is technically up on, and that counts as a view for Twitch, and it boosts their numbers. So I kind of want to know your guys' thoughts. I'm pretty sure we're all going to agree. What do you think about even a legal way of view botting? Do you think it's super scummy? And the people that pay for it, because this is another, not view botting, but Twitch came out with a new feature that they're going to start implementing that really kind of rubs me the wrong way. I hate it. And it is a way that viewers can boost your stream by paying. So where if you pay $1 to Twitch, they'll put you on the front page under the recommended section for 100 people or 500 people or whatever the number is. I don't remember the exact. But that just seems super scummy to me. It's like they turn it into a pay to win. which,
Twitch has always been that.
Yeah, that's exactly what Twitch has been.
well, not always.
Nothing's gonna change because those huge people are the ones that are on the front page anyway.
Well, no,
Sure.
but I mean, I could go, or let's say you wanted to start streaming, right? Once this is fully implemented, it's out to a handful of people right now, but you could go and pay Twitch like $100, and you'd be on the front page under recommended for, like, let's say 50,000 people. I don't know what the numbers are, but now that's saying that, you know, obviously not 50,000 people are going to click, but
No,
it's
you have a time slot.
but it's the fact that, you know, you're still recommended for these people. So
I don't
it
care.
just seems weird to me. And it seems kind of scummy to pay to get more views and to pay to get subscribers on YouTube and stuff. Like, I feel like if you're going to do it right. Don't you guys agree?
What's your definition of right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually sitting down, putting in the work, and, you know, naturally
Those people
getting...
don't do that though.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying the people that, you know, like, because, like, the ViewBot people, I mean, a lot of them are big streamers anyways. Like, they were already big name. But now they're taking their numbers from, let's say, you know, like 20, 30,000. But you tune in and they have 100,000 people now. And it's because, you know, what they're doing is they figured out this loophole to embed their stream on websites. Someone that just starts out that might...
Like, can you like say that these are like the majority of streamers like substantiated? This is what they're doing all the time.
I would say a lot of the really big name ones now are starting to do this, or they have been doing this, because it's a way to get views without...
Have we gotten evidence though for it?
Well, it's in Twitch's TOS, and you can kind of tell when you go into their streams too if they have, you know...
Some
Like-
people have that amount of people though.
Well, no, and I get that. I'm not saying that they don't, right? But it's definitely one of those things that seems weird when they'll say like they have 100,000 people watching, right? But then you go into their chat and there's maybe 100 active chatters. And in your mind, you're like, okay, now I know there's not 99,900 people that are just lurking. You know, like, those are coming from somewhere. Which, that's a huge red flag, you know? Like, you can just kind of tell by how the chat is reacting and how many, like, how
Sometimes.
fast it's moving and all this stuff. So Terraria goes here. So it's a 99 cents for 1,000 views. And these aren't like views, I guess. These are people that they will show your stream to on the front page when they go to twitch.tv. It will say recommended for you, and it will be underneath that. Like, it's not automatically playing anything like that. So this is a different thing altogether. But it's $297 for 3,000 and $495 for 5,000. So, and the viewers that are watching can pay Twitch like $5 to push your stream out. I think
literally
that's odd.
It comes from the viewer though. It's literally the same thing as them donating money to the viewer.
The streamer gets nothing.
Yeah.
The streamer gets nothing from this.
Well, they get possibly more views,
Possible more
Yeah.
views though.
which could lead to more like
Revenue.
subs, more revenue
See,
in
'cause-
general, etc.
I kind of have firsthand experience with this. There was a stream boost thing that it's the same thing, but they are monetizing it now. They used to do it with channel points. Do you remember this?
Kind
A few months back when...
Train crap.
Oh, when they
No,
did the
not Hype
boost,
Train.
like boost your streams.
Yeah,
and then,
the boost your stream, and people could like use channel points, and it'd be like, hey, if people spend a total of 10,000 channel points, I forget the number, we'll put your stream out on the front page for 5 minutes, right? And so it was supposed to be this thing that would really, supposed to, you know, it's called boost your stream, like boost your numbers up. I can honestly say that while we were supposed to be seen by 3,000 people, maybe 4 or 5 total ever came in. Like, it doesn't work. At least from my experience with it.
You can't say you'll be seen by and get views for, you know, we're going to get these many views. No, it just puts you in a time slot on the front page. That's it.
Yeah.
If someone look, I don't even look through those people.
Well, no, that's the thing I'm
You
saying.
know?
Because it's not even the front. So when you go to twitch.tv, you have the front page, and there's the ones that will start playing at top, right?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even those. This is below that. It will say recommended for you. And then the first one in the recommended for you, it just shows the like a little thumbnail or whatever. And it will be something along the lines of like, it'll say boosted or something like that. And so anytime someone goes to twitch.tv and they see the front page, you'll be there. But as soon as they click onto something else, then, you know, that counts as one exposure out of the 3,000 you're going to get or whatever. And then it's done.
Well, I mean, you're not losing anything
And the
with the possible gaining minute stuff, you know.
Yeah, I don't know, I feel like a
It's
pay to win
just
strategy
Twitch.
like that's kind of scummy.
Well,
that
I mean-
essentially is Twitch.
that is Twitch.
I mean, it never used to be that way though.
Well,
Kind of, it's just gotten more.
Where you
in
directly
depth.
pay the site to be like, hey, put me on the front page. That was never a thing before.
Well, it's not the streamers doing that.
Well, no, and that's what I'm saying, though. I think it's kind of scummy to even have that as an option.
That's Twitch making money.
I
It's
get
just
that.
it's just choices that I'm not saying it. I think it or it's cool or I'd do it or if it's worthwhile or they should do it. It's Twitch making money because that's all they do,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't hurt the streamer.
No, it
can
doesn't hurt.
Possibly help the streamer. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't do anything. It's just whether this person is dumb enough to say, "Oh yeah, I'll do that. I want to do that for my streamer." You just spend money and ridiculous amounts of money on streamers for lots of dumb reasons. So
Yeah, I feel like it's a weird thing to do. I guess because I mean, no other site like YouTube, it doesn't have a thing where your viewers can pay YouTube to put your videos in the recommended.
it's not how the algorithm works.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like
Well,
with Twitch, I just feel like it's
we
odd.
know. We've heard very shady stuff in YouTube. Where
Oh, there's a ton of shady
certain
stuff.
things get pushed. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
That's
they
not
definitely have a
going there, too.
bias. Like, 100% they have a bias there. But I feel like there's just a lot of things that, with this legalized... I mean, I say legal, but it's not like... It's against TOS to view bot, but I mean, it's not like it's illegal. You know,
It's not
the
really,
easier way to say it.
like someone's actually viewing it, so it's not necessarily a view bot. It's just on somewhere else.
Well, no, because
People have done that
what
for
a lot of
while.
people will do is they'll embed their stream on a website, and then they'll send more...
Mhm.
Like, they'll send bots or whatever to that site. So you're not doing it on Twitch, so Twitch has no way of tracking how many people are going to that site legitimately. You know, but Twitch is like, hey, you can embed your stream on other websites, and that's fine. You know, that's in the TOS. So people found this weird little loophole where you can go embed it and then send bots to watch on the
Yeah.
embedded site.
That's Twitch's issue that they are allowing that loophole. Like they need to
Well, no,
crack down on it.
I know,
so,
but my question is, do you think it's a scummy thing to do then?
sure.
Because
I'd say, yeah.
Logan,
I'd say so.
you think so as well?
Yeah.
Because the more I see of it, you know, the more I'm like, what are they doing? You know, like with the boosting the stream. Like I was fine with it being with channel points when it wasn't a monetary deal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, those are just things that you get by watching the stream, anyways. Like I have over 6,000, you know, channel points for here. So it's like 10,000 or 20,000 or whatever channel points between everyone in your community. You could boost it. So, oh, it's one of those weird things. I don't like it. I feel like it's a weird pay to win thing with the site, and I just feel like paying to win is kind of scummy. Like put in the work and just, you know, grow naturally is how I see it.
The view bot isn't pay to win. That's just cheating. They're not paying anything for that.
Well, view bots they do pay for sometimes. Like you can pay sites
They
to,
can just hack stuff.
yeah, like you can pay sites to send bots to your Twitch stream, which that is against TOS. Like that one you can't do. But even then,
It's not on Twitch though.
What's
So,
that?
Like it's on a different website. It's just a Twitch stream that's embedded.
Well, okay,
Twitch has
so
to
for
change
that-
their policy.
for that, yeah. But there's actually there are people that do send them to their Twitch stream
Well,
specifically,
yeah.
and that is against TOS.
Yeah.
So that one's, but they can't prove that you're sending them to a different site.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the whole thing is just the whole pay to win is it's a scummy thing to do. Like I don't know. I mean, we technically, if we really wanted to, we could probably buy 1,000 subscribers for this channel and have them view. But that's cheating. Like we're not gonna do that.
I wouldn't spend $1,000 on that. So
One ever says $1,000 instead of 1,000 subs. I don't know how much it would cost. I've never looked into it, but I guarantee you.
$5,000.
You think so? I feel like
$5 a sub, man.
okay,
Twitch.
maybe it.
It's $5 a sub.
Oh, I'm talking YouTube subs.
Oh.
Like so
Gotcha,
follows
YouTube,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Trust me, I would never pay. That'd be stupid, because half your money would just come back to you at that point. But it would do nothing. But
It's not the point of this anyway. So.
no, that's not. My whole thing is, you know, they're, I guess, the pay to win strategy with Twitch, and that they're going pay to win with this in a way, kind of bugs me. It just doesn't seem right. I don't know. Like I get they're a business, and I get they have to make money.
I don't think it's pay to win. It's just they're greedy. They want money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. People aren't winning. Twitch is just getting money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I know
With-
what you're trying to say, but it's
with
not
the-
the same thing. But
With the advertising like mindset though, hey, you give us $5, we'll put you in front of 5,000 people.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they actually
And
get anything.
well, no, and that's what I'm saying.
Just
No,
a
it's
chance.
it's a chance, but even then,
If
it
you wanna
seems
waste money
weird.
on it, go ahead.
It just
You're
seems like a
wasting money.
bizarre thing to
If you
me.
think it helps, good for you. You
Yeah.
got that feeling that you did something for the money, whatever.
Have there ever been any like actual streamers that have gotten big off of that stuff?
Well, see, and that's the hard part to like prove or whatever. Like some of these big name streamers, how many
I
of them?
doubt it.
Yeah.
How many of them artificially inflated their numbers by embedding and then sending bots to other sites to boost their ranking on the Twitch page itself?
You can tell when people have lots of stuff or have a good following base. It's because they have creative, unique content that's really good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Like
I think also
that's
you
how
get,
people get viewers.
you would get in the scenario where like those people, yeah, they'd be big for a bit, but they'd die off really quick because people, like actual people, would realize their content's not that good.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
They go there for the person
Yeah.
and the content that person creates, not like you
I
can
think-
tell when it's quality and when
I think
it's not.
I think the big thing is you gotta remember there's a difference between algorithms and actual people, what they want to see.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, if you are boosted to, first on Twitch page and, you have a million, say, like bots or whatever, are people actually interested in your content? And if they're not going to watch and you're just going to stay with those bots. But if they actually enjoy what you're doing, that's where you grow and that's where...
It will be a consistent thing for the most part. Like it'll be that event. Oh, let's all go. There's so many people in this stream. you know?
Uh-huh.
And then after that, it's done.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
see,
That's
the
dumb,
way it
you
works
know?
too is, like let's say that I'm streaming Minecraft, right? And let's say that I wanted to throw in 1,000 bots. So I embedded the stream somewhere. I got 1,000 bots to go watch on that site, right? At that point, then you're like at the top of the Minecraft thing. So you're gonna get a lot more people because they'll click on the first one or two streamers. Like number
Sure.
1 and number 2 get a lot more traction, obviously, than number 38, 39,
Yeah.
because they're just gonna click on the top one.
So, you
So
got
at
to
that point, like
right?
let's say that you're even a slightly above average personality for Twitch, and you put yourself at number 1 or 2. Eventually, if you're above average, more people are going to click and they're going to be there and they're going to stay. So then you start getting the real people to follow and do it that way. So I mean, you got to think like you can boost yourself up, cheating, to grow yourself up to a decent sized channel.
It depends. Like
Yeah.
you can't say that for certain. Like you said like a decent personality on Twitch. What does that mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
someone goes in there. If you don't keep someone's attention, they don't do what they're looking for. If you don't do quality entertainment,
Yeah.
Interact with chat, whatever, you do cool things, do things that you want to do. Sometimes it's quality, not necessarily just feed into the Twitch chat like evil, crazy stuff like we're gonna do what we have to do to get these people to stay here and love me, or you just do what you want to do and it ends up being really unique and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be interesting.
Well, no, and that's what I'm
Like-
saying though. Like that's the point I'm
and-
making is like someone that is interesting but starts out brand new can immediately get themselves up and just
But
immediately.
like I said, those people are going to die off so quick because
It takes
actual people are gonna
effort,
realize.
consistent effort and quality. Like
Yeah.
if you're really gonna do it, like you'll get the people, possibly, right?
Mhm.
But if you're not, like if you're not consistent, if you're I don't know, you do the same thing all the time, and it ends up being boring, and it's just like you talking to chat or something, and you don't actually have any content going,
Yeah.
people aren't gonna stay. You're not gonna grow. So I don't know. You still have to put in the effort.
Well, you have to put in effort, but I'm saying like just boosting it though seems really scummy. I think.
Sure, don't do it. You can't
Yeah,
stop
I mean,
it.
you shouldn't do it, but
It's
it's
not
not going
something-
to affect it as much
It's
as
not
I think you
something
think.
I think we need to worry about.
Mhm.
If Twitch wants to get cracked down, it's on Twitch's end. We can't do anything.
Oh, no, what
about
it is,
you know?
absolutely. Absolutely it is. But that's kind of where I'm going is
Sure, they want to cheat. They can cheat.
I think kind of an
Is it kind of dumb? Yeah, it's pretty
yeah.
dumb.
I think kind of example would be like, so say I haven't streamed in a while, but when I do stream, I'm pretty new on it, so I'm like 3 viewers or something like that is what I average. Well, say I did that right, got as many viewers as like Small Ant. Small Ant's gonna beat me every time because Small Ant's got way better content, way more interesting content. He's way better with chat,
Super interesting.
and his content is just overall better. So we might be on the same level of subscribers or whatever, but at the end of the day, all of the viewers who want to watch Pokemon and stuff like that is gonna go to
You're gonna
him
continue going back to him.
because
Mhm.
he is
Continuously puts out these crazy
Yep,
videos. Right?
exactly. And that's at the end of the day, like I can try to boost my numbers up that high, but at the end of the day, like if I'm not interesting, if I'm just doing what everybody else is doing, it's just not gonna matter, and my content will stay where I boosted it to, and then basically it's 0 because it's just fake numbers. So.
Well, see, even then, though, too, I mean, there's some people that have made a significant amount of money off of this, and by keeping it going, because they'll do the ViewBot thing, they'll embed their stream somewhere, they'll send, like, let's say, 5,000-6,000 bots to that channel, and it's obvious they're doing it, but then when you run ads, though, those bots will get the ads, and you'll get the ad revenue, which
Ad
some
blocker, baby.
Yeah.
which some streamers, they... Like, I know of a few that make, like 40, 50,000 a month off of ads, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I make maybe enough to get me a value meal from McDonald's, if I'm lucky. And that's averaging 20, 25 people for 6 to 8 hours a night. I will sit there, and Twitch automatically runs ads every 30 minutes now, so that just keep pre-rolls off. And I maybe have enough to get McDonald's, to get a good meal from it. Like, it definitely didn't pay for my Jimmy John's I had tonight. That was $15, and I know for a fact I didn't make that much on ads.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I feel like that's just one of those things. It's like, it's an easy way to boost your numbers and make money, but I feel like it's super scummy.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Until we can prove it, hardcore prove it, and Twitch cracks down, you can't do anything about it. So.
Yeah, because even then, I mean, you could prove that it's being view-botted, but then the streamer could be like, well, no, it's not me doing it.
Will Twitch do anything with that?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying too. Is like even if
really
you
care.
can prove, like, let's say I was view botting, even
They're
if you
not
can
losing
prove
money,
it.
so.
No, they're not. But even if I was view botting, right? Like, let's say I did it, and you reported me, you're like, oh, hey, he's obviously view botting. Look, he has 10,000 viewers and 5 people in chat that are talking. Like, it's obviously a bot. I could just say no. I never sent him there. I don't know who did. Someone's doing this trying to get me in trouble, and then boom. Your case is done.
Yeah,
like,
people do that too.
Yeah, they absolutely do. It seems weird, I guess. I don't know.
So, yeah. All we can really do is worry about ourselves and put out quality content ourselves. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that's what it comes down to.
So
if Twitch ever wants to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I feel like this is a lot of sites that are basically turning into, like it's a pay to win, which just obviously is
Fake
not.
it until you make it.
Yeah, like it just seems odd to me. I don't understand the mindset. Like I know it's a cheap, easy way to get up there. It just seems weird. It seems cheaty. It seems scummy. It's just not something I'd want to do.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess we can move on then. If you guys don't have anything else to add.
Yeah,
Nope.
good.
All right. So Weston, do you have a topic ready to go?
Sure. So I've had a really long day,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So what I want to talk about now are what are some environments that just help you unwind after a long day?
Mhm.
Like for me, it's going out, sitting under the stars, just staring up and just letting it all go,
Mhm.
What kind of environments is it that actually helps you just unwind? Another one for me a few weeks ago was at the fall retreat, the getaway.
Yeah, that's good.
Sitting on the end of the dock with the gentle crashing waves under the
That was
stars, cool breeze.
Yeah, I enjoyed that
It
a lot.
kind of just helped all the stress and the strain just go away.
Yeah, me and Trevor had some really good talks. Like, I love that stuff too.
hmm So what kind of environments or situations just help you guys unwind after you've had a long, long day?
Yeah, I think that for sure is my probably top one. Is just going out and in nature or just one-on-one with somebody and just kind of talking, and going like, hey, this is what's going on in my life. I just need to kind of get this off my chest, like de-stress, kind of unwind, pray about it, stuff like that. Like I do a lot of that. Like that's a big thing for me. But then also, I like to just go play video games. That's the escape for me too. Like Pokemon, the reason I love it so much is because it's this escape for me. Like
That's what video games are.
and I can escape into this magical world of Pokemon. That there's
Mm-hmm.
the worst issues are two stupid guys that want to make the continent in the water but don't realize that doesn't work with both of them, and stuff like that. And it's like everybody's happy, and it's it's fun games, and it's I don't know, stuff like that. And like I that's why I always consistently go back to Pokemon. It's my favorite series, is because it's just this escape, and it always has been since I originally got Sapphire on my Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like video games like that too. I'm super introverted, so I hop on my computer and I'll throw up YouTube like a playlist that I have of all like sweet video game music or just songs I love and just I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
I won't interact much with people.
Yeah.
Usually I have to be alone
Mm-hmm.
after a day's work or hang out with lots of people. Like I said, I'm introverted, so I need alone time. That's kind
Mm-hmm.
of it's a must for me. So I love that stuff. I like video games, obviously. So sit in the basement alone, hop into a video game I'm in or something, and just let myself focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
If
Just
I'm
get
into
immersed
it.
in the world
Yeah,
of it.
it's
Yeah.
great. If I have nice earphones, that's all I hear. Everything's blocked out.
Yep.
I like sitting in nature too. It's cool. I love bonfires.
Yes.
Yeah, those
If
are
I'm
great.
if I have some buds around or whatever, and just chilling, talking, perfect atmosphere, like temperature. I love it when it's cold out. So fire's great.
That reminds me, we have a ton of wood that we got to burn here. So if you guys want to get together some night
I'm down,
and
dude.
have a fire in the backyard,
I love
Yeah.
bonfires.
let's do
Speaking
it.
of Dan liking the cold, this man had sweatpants on, and before we left his house, he's like, "I'm gonna put shorts on quick." I'm like,
I mean, it's not that bad out right now.
It's nice out, dude.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm sick and everything's colder.
Yeah,
You're a
you.
weenie.
But pretty sure I got a really bad fever right
Dude,
now.
when we drove to my house, like, was it Friday night?
Dude, I was freezing.
You were shivering in my car, dude. Like, visibly, like, shaking
Yeah.
like an icicle. It was crazy.
Logan knows how cold I like it because
Yeah.
the whole road trip back from Georgia, he's like,
See, I like it hot. I
I
just
like it
burning
cold,
up.
so-
And that's probably just because
I'm a sweater.
I grew up in
can't.
that.
yeah,
And I'm not like I wear, fuzzy sweaters. I sweat.
no, yeah, I,
I'm in the same
So-
boat.
I think it's
Yep.
just I was born in the heat and like I enjoy it more. Like I feel like I can get colder quicker, and I think
I like the cold.
also it doesn't help
Yeah.
that I haven't had like an Iowa winter in over a year because I moved
Welcome
down to Georgia.
back, sir. Welcome
So-
Come back.
enjoy.
Like this is the absolute coldest it
It's
would
not
have
even
gotten.
winter yet. It's fall, dude.
Yeah,
I know.
This is like beautiful.
wet.
Well, like this is like the absolute coldest it would have gotten down there. Like I think it got like probably this low maybe once
Yeah.
last year.
Let's see, it's
Those
36 out
people.
right now according to this, and
Yeah.
that's like ideal.
But like the thing about it is like the wind is the killer. Like I've noticed that.
How Midwestern?
I would say that's the most
It's not actually
Midwestern
cold,
thing.
It's really the wind that
It-
really hurts.
Well, it
you.
really is because like I've noticed that as I've like
What a
started.
stereotype that's true.
It's true.
It is because like as I've worked at the school, like we do recess outside, and I'm like walking out there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cold. Immediately turning my back to the wind because it's always coming like towards the building. So I turn my back to the wind. I'm like, not as bad anymore.
Right?
And it's
How you
like
do it.
literally it's just the wind. It's
Shorts
Yeah.
and a hoodie.
abysmal up here.
Perfect
Dude, that's ideal, yeah. I mean, an environment I always fall back on, I guess, after, if I just need to like get away or do anything, is just driving. I'll just hop there's been nights I put over 100 miles on my car because I'll just drive around. I'll go up to Interstate 90 and I'll just like take that a while, come back in, take the back roads back home, There's been a few nights where I have put over 100 miles on just going out and just listen to music, driving the road. There's no other cars out because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody out, and just being able to relax that way.
Yeah, I like that too. It's just gas prices aren't cheap right now. So
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
rough.
I've hit the point like there's some nights where I don't care how much it costs in gas. Like I'll just do it just because I need to get out. I hate being cooped inside for too long. Like I just can't do anything. Like I want to go out and do things, which is why I, for those of you that know, I travel this year quite a bit. I've gone to the East Coast a couple times, flown down to Atlanta, helped him move,
Yep.
went to California, helped my cousin move, drove across the country. Then like I love doing that. Like that stuff's fun to me.
it is fun.
Sure.
And so like long road trips, those are always great. Just getting out, driving for a few hours, listening to music where it's just you and nobody else is always good. Otherwise, another thing I like doing as well, and I haven't done it in a while, is photography. Like just taking a camera out and trying to find, at night, getting some good star shots. Like doing astrophotography stuff is always really fun as well, and just seeing what you can do with that. And I feel like the video game thing would have been true for me, a few years ago, but now
You
that
gotta do it off stream.
I do it every single night, like I don't like playing games off stream anymore. Because I
It's
do
not
it so
that
much.
dumb,
I do it so much on stream, and I do it every night. For 6 hours. Like I don't want to sit down and,
Like
do
we
it
did-
more during
like
the
we said
day.
a couple weeks back. You gotta do it off stream. You gotta do it a single player game you don't play on stream.
Yeah.
Something you haven't played, you want to play, or something you have and you want to go back to it or something, you know.
Yeah.
And just immerse yourself in it.
Yeah.
And that'll get your love for that kind of stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I plan on doing. You know the game. It's a newer one. It Takes Two.
Yeah.
It's a co-op game.
Mhm.
I plan on playing that with Marissa at some point this week, like just off stream, like just relax and, you know, we have plans to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I try my best almost to not play games off stream at this point because it hits the point where, you know, I do it for 6 to 8 hours a night. So getting out and driving and just, you know, going out and just sitting by the lake like you guys were talking about, you know, and just not being around people when I go out, but just going out and finding the nice quiet spots, you know, like those are always great.
Mm.
Well, yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be stressed a little bit this weekend playing some Final Fantasy with
Yes,
the boys.
that was
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Great weekend.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Have to do it again sometime.
I know.
Yeah, that's another thing that
Yeah.
gets it for me is like nostalgic games, I guess.
Yeah.
Like things I used to
Going
play
back
a
to the
lot.
love of the past.
I think we need to do this again, and after we beat Final Fantasy VIII, I gotta get you guys to play Earthbound.
Yeah.
That's gotta be it. Because you guys have gotten me hooked on Final Fantasy. I'm about to get you hooked on a great game.
With how often he talks about it, I can tell that's like his all-time favorite
It's
game.
literally so good. It's amazing.
It's funny. I've never heard of it if it weren't for him. Like
I've heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of it
I
before.
haven't
I've never
heard of
played
it.
though.
It's
A
amazing.
friend of mine from high school named,
I
I'm not sure
wasn't
if you ever...
super into the kind of 8-bit kind of stuff, so.
Uh-huh.
I had a
Yeah.
friend in high school who was obsessed with Earthbound as well. So
It did bad because the marketing was just... It was a really good plan, but, like, it was an inside thing, so, like, nobody understood it. Like, literally, the
Yeah.
the player's guide for it that comes with the game says this game stinks. And because there's a lot of, like... There's a lot of, like, humor like that, like, smell humor, and, like... There's a boss in the game called Dr. Belch, or Mr. Belch, or whatever, and he's just basically a giant pile of puke. And, like, just stuff like that. Like, it's... And so, like, people saw that and was like, why would I buy this game? They're saying it stinks. Like, and so it didn't do good.
It's a game from a real creative, and a lot of stuff like that's truly artistic and creative like that, people don't like it because it's not for the masses.
Yeah.
The masses are mundane and don't want that stuff.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
So actual quality
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Conker's is funny, man.
It was definitely
This-
interesting in back in the day because it was definitely a more mature
Yeah.
game than what was normally released by that kind of stuff.
Wesson, you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but the Great Mighty Pooh, let's be real. It's a beautiful boss fight.
Is it though?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, it absolutely is. It's a great boss fight.
How can you bring that up in a conversation with actual like artistic games?
He talked about a pile of puke.
It's done well, though.
It's done.
So is the Great Mighty Pooh.
I don't know.
He sings.
Yeah. I don't know. Earthbound just does it more tastefully, I think. Like, a lot of the humor in that game is, like, it is kind of that poop and pee humor, but it's, like, kind of
Yeah,
done
it's
in...
done so tasteful. You're right.
It's done in a way that's, like, actually funny and it, you know, makes sense for the world. Like, it's not just this, oh, look, he's puke. Like, they don't sit on it for long. Like, he's just, like, you literally go in the sewers and... Because something's going on in this town, and you just go in the sewers, and he's like, oh, he's there. And he's like, oh, it's gross. Like, there's not, like, they don't hover on the fact that he's a pile of puke, you know.
Interesting.
But
Interesting.
that's a really good game. There's a lot of funny elements in it. I mean, a lot of localization stuff they had to change because there's, like, a cult in the game that looks too much like the KKK, so they had to put, like, Santa hats on them instead of, like, the... Because they had, like hoods. They're called the I can't even think of it now. It's been so long. The blue, like they're blue cult, and they're all blue, like they're obsessed with blue, and they paint everything blue. Happy Happyism is what it's called.
I just think of the song, Blue.
Yeah, no, I do too. Exactly.
Blue,
So like
blue,
literally,
down
it's
the
just
side.
the original Japanese sprites. Sadly, looked like just all blue KKK members, and so they had to change it in the West to take off the H's on their forehead and then put like a Santa ball on their hat. Because
Is it blue?
it's white. It's a white ball.
What?
Unacceptable.
But yeah,
Defeats the purpose.
like the whole plot of that is like they're this crazy like cult that like is obsessed with being happy and painting things blue. Like there's one cow in the town and they paint it blue. And the cow's like, "Why did you guys paint me blue?" Like he's like self-aware and stuff because Ness can talk to animals because he's like psychic, and the cow's like, "Yeah, they painted me blue. Like this is weird. Like stuff like that. Like it's so funny."
That sounds so weird.
But
I mean, it sounds great, but it sounds so
no, it's
weird.
a great game.
Yeah.
And it was done in a time where like is very unique too. Like a lot of JRPGs at the time were like Final Fantasy, like Dragon Quest, like more medieval style games, and this one was set in like urban America, and it was like this kind of crazy new take on JRPGs, and it's really good.
And I know you've answered this before. Is it on the emulator for the Switch?
Sadly, no.
It's not. Okay.
That's one of the things I'm super
Will
ticked
it
about.
ever
Okay.
be?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Since they've done N64, I doubt it. I really hope so, but I don't know why. Honestly, like Nintendo has always kind of crapped on Earthbound and the Mother franchise. They've really neglected to do it justice. Yeah, there you go.
Terraria put the
Yeah, so that's the original sprite. It looks the
Oh my
HH on the
God.
hat,
that does look
and
like
then
the
they had to change it in the West, take the HH off, and the Santa ball, put it on there.
that's actually fantastic.
And literally, like, another reason the games are super hard to localize is because they use a lot of, like, samples of music.
Yeah.
Like, the first boss fight in the game, his name's Frank. He's, like, a gang leader in the town. And it uses Johnny B. Good as, like, the first part of it. And, like, there's a lot of songs throughout that are
How do
sampled.
they have rights to all this stuff?
They don't. That's the thing. That's the reason why it took a while for it to get localized, and that's the reason why only Earthbound is in the U.S. and Mother 1 and 3 are stuck in, well, Mother 3 for other reasons, but a big reason is because they sample music, and then they had a ton of trouble trying to get the rights to those songs to use them. So, but it's actually really funny.
Seems like a really good idea. It just was not executed smartly
Well,
from the creators.
well, I think the idea was what did really well in Japan
Sure.
because, and I think this is kind of where Nintendo didn't realize the global aspect of it, because Shigesato Itoi actually is a huge like celebrity in Japan.
Yeah.
Like he's an actor. I think he directed movies, he wrote books, stuff like
It's
that.
a different culture. Though.
Like he was super big in Japan. So Nintendo's like, oh, this guy's huge. If he wants to make a weird game, we'll just do it, and we'll do it however he wants to do it. And so they did it, and then didn't realize, oh, he doesn't have the same name that he does outside Japan.
No.
Like this guy is the, Ryan Reynolds or your Hugh Jackman of Japan, but nobody else knows like that he is
It's
that.
a different culture too. Like
Mhm.
greed is much more prevalent in our side of the world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like it's less. I'm not saying it's not prevalent over there, but like it's less honor based.
Yeah.
So you see something. Oh, that's my music. I need rights. Or I need royalties to
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Pay me or I'm suing the crap out of you.
Yeah,
that's
it's like-
what you get when you come over here. So.
With like YouTube videos and stuff too. Like there could be a vlogger that walks by a restaurant, and that restaurant's has a radio station on.
Yeah,
but
that
because
should be illegal.
But because 2
That should-
seconds of a song
So
got
dumb.
put in the background of their vlog, that record label files a claim, and
Oh,
then
stupid.
they get 100% of the revenue.
Well,
from that
it's
video.
actually funny that you bring that up too, because Earthbound actually had a huge incident this year with its soundtrack. A lot of Let's Plays and a lot of YouTubers that used or like play the game and stuff got their videos taken down and striked because for some stupid reason the original soundtrack Sony published it. So then Sony went through this year and it's like system or whatever copyright all those because it was in their system. It was in Sony's like log of music. So it copyright any music that was from the game. So if you played the game on a YouTube series, if you did like the Completionist does his videos where he like talks about the game and he played any of the music in that, stuff like that got taken down. So yeah, that was a
is
big thing that happened
ridiculous.
this year. Luckily they got it, or thankfully they got it fixed. Like Let's Players like Chuka Conroy, who started his channel on that game, like he got those videos put back up thanks to some other big YouTubers that had some contacts with, Nintendo and Sony and stuff, and they kind of worked it out. It sounds like it was a just algorithm
It's
thing.
algorithm crap. You
but
can't leave that stuff.
No,
like that.
you
Yeah.
can't.
So really can't.
Yeah, but it's just really weird how that got passed, like for how many years, and like, oh, now Sony's algorithm's detecting Earthbound music as theirs, and it's not even their music. It's just they published the CD
Right.
that came out in the 90s. 90s.
You know, that could be a topic, I think, for next week, too, is, like, the DMCA needs to be
How
rewritten.
garbage it is.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
terrible.
that would
The
be a
whole
fun one
idea
to go
is
into
just
for next
stupid,
week.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understood
2
what
seconds
it...
of song should get 2 seconds of the revenue. Only on that little 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
See, I agree with that. But, like, it started out, you know, back when it was written in 1998 as a decent idea. Because, I mean, that's when everyone's using LimeWire or whatever to download songs illegally. Like, that portion of it makes sense.
Yeah.
But now we've hit the point where,
Music's just
you know,
out there.
if let's say, you know, because even for, you know, when I was in Atlanta and I was vlogging and I put 10 seconds of a song as a joke into the video and it got flagged, like it got a copyright thing on it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I don't make money on it anyways, so I don't care. But the fact that you can't even do things as a meme, like for 10 seconds,
and like
is
the
like,
worst
are you
part
kidding
about that
me?
is like obviously like you did an Animinio song, like I guarantee Animinio wouldn't care. If anything, he probably think it's funny.
Oh yeah,
But it's not his call. Even though he wrote the
the
song
record
and it's
label.
his music, he doesn't make the call. It's the record label.
yeah.
It'd be hard for us to find any much more greedy people than the record
Yeah,
company.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
that's a whole topic. Actually, that might be my topic for next week.
I'm down
Is
to talk
the
about that.
DMC. I'll look into more DMCA things and kind of read up on it to know more about it. But I feel like we are getting down away from Weston's topic way too far.
Sorry, yeah, I kind of went on about Earthbound. I
No,
wanna
it's
talk about
fine.
that game.
That happens a lot with Logan.
Oh, I mean, it's fine. It's just I feel like
No, it was good.
what helps you relax. I hate DMCA. Like you know, like I
That's
just.
just what doesn't help me relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So I feel like we should either get back on topic with that, or if you guys have anything else to
I
add.
don't really have much
I don't
else to
have
say.
much more.
I was gonna say I
kinda
don't
said
think there's
mine.
much more to say. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to end us on a nice, light, gentle topic.
Yeah, that
so
was good.
Oh yeah.
Moral of the story: play Earthbound. That's my moral every time.
I mean, hey, if it helps you relax, then it helps you relax. Just like ending episodes helps me relax sometimes. So, thank you so
Are you
much,
saying we
guys.
stress you out?
yeah, you saying
You-
you don't like the podcast?
You tell me to shut up at least.
Shut up, Jordan.
See?
Because silence is golden. It might make you relax.
It's true.
You know, we played a video about respect the other day in 4th grade, and the little girl who was doing the video said, "You should listen. You should listen twice as much as you talk because you have one mouth and 2 ears."
Yeah. The problem is we're doing a podcast where talking is,
That's true. Just saying.
kind of a necessity.
So is this.
Well, yeah.
Hey, all right. I sat quiet almost the entire.
I'm just literally just said so is this. That was
I was say
to anyone or against anyone.
there has definitely been topics where I have just sat back and I've listened and I had I didn't have anything to say, so I just
Yeah.
didn't say it.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
So
Yeah.
I know how to listen. It's okay.
Do you though?
I think so.
Do you really?
I think, but I also think we should probably end at some point.
Yeah.
So,
I
All
probably
right,
need to
guys,
go home.
this has
I'm
been
super sick.
episode 24 of Uncalled For. Next week we will get together right here, same exact spot, Monday night, unless we all die somehow, which Logan might give us.
I have a
corona.
fever.
So,
And the only prescription
It's more cowbell.
is more cowbell.
Hmm.
I actually probably do have a fever, though. I'm feeling it.
and I'm sitting next to him. That's fantastic. So thanks for
Right.
watching, guys. Every Monday night,
We
7
have
p.m.
a
Central Time,
disease.
we get
We are now
together
diseased.
We'll die
and talk about random stuff.
later.
So thanks for watching, guys. If you're watching us on
Count
YouTube,
Fauci.
give this video a thumbs up. And
Or thumbs down.
no, don't
None-
do,
Thumb in the middle.
don't do.
Oh,
no.
I like the thumb in the middle. I like that. Do they have that option?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're going to make it a thing, though.
We need to.
No, I-
Just mediocre content.
Hey, if
Yeah.
you're an ancient Rome in the gladiatorial pit, this would be good for you.
It's true. It would be.
We should change our name to Huge Mediocre Content. And then just make that a thing. But then we end up making extremely good content, so it's irony.
So then it's like that.
It's
So
like a
it's,
scale.
it's slowly up and down. Never goes down. Just
No. We go too far and it goes all the way back.
Yeah,
and we
there you
address that.
Okay, guys. Thanks for
I'm
I'm
watching.
feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
we
watching.
did.
We'll see you next week.
peace.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
See you guys.